Hi everyone, my name is Paul Unakwe. I am a data analyst with Future Work Africa, and I also work as a research associate for Digital Africa Research Lab. So today's session is a continuation of the previous session which we had on data storytelling in Power BI. So this session is mainly for the hands-on aspects where we'll try to build reports and dashboards using the tips and advice I gave in the previous session. So the data sets, to do a recap, we got the data sets from Twitter. So the data set is tweets for the hashtag 30 days of learning and NG 30 days of learning. So you can see the Excel file here. Yes, so we have the tweet URL, the user, the tweet itself, the dates, the source, and the location. So, like I said, you have to understand the data. You have to know the data. Then you define the objectives. Okay, what are we going to show? So I have a list of things I already want to present to my audience. So I want to tell a story with this data using my report, and we would also train a dashboard. So we have the data already imported into Power BI. Then here I've cleaned the data in Power Query. So let me show you some steps I did with that. Yep. So Power Query is loading, yes. So what we did here was we split the dates. Originally we had date time, so we split them differently into time and dates. You can see that here, new dates and time. Then I also extracted the day name. Okay, so for this, let me see if I can extract the shorter version of this. Where are we? There's text. First characters. Yeah. So I want to make it shorter. I want to just show the short form of the days themselves. So I want the first three letters. I want it to be this. We are good to go. And let me see for this. I want to, so here I already extracted the handles, top handles. Let me see, extract text after delimiter. This is going to be useful in our analysis. Yes, so I close and apply. So you must also make sure you transform your data, look for empty rows, look for the filter. So in our case, we wanted to just see the data for only July. So I actually filtered the data in Power Query using the dates, and I selected July, because my tweets, the tweets I got actually contained, the tweets I extracted contained May and June. So I restricted the tweets, I filtered it down to June alone. So while you're waiting, yes. So this was where we stopped during the previous session. This was what we were able to do within that time frame, but I'm going to run through it from the beginning again. So first thing, I know, okay, I need 2 pages of reports. One will contain the summary of the data itself. Another one will contain the content analysis. So we are going to analyze the tweets. So let's jump right into it. So first, I want to just have the cover page for these reports. So enriching your reports, enriching it involves using visuals, bringing in images, icons to make your visuals look appealing. So here we want to employ the use of an image. So we use insert for the page background. I want to add an image. So we have canvas background. here, then I select the image. I've already downloaded the image I want to use on my computer. So let's see here. Yes, this. So we can see the particular image we want to show. So what next? What next? I know I have to put a heading about what the report is going to be about. So let me create my extra pages. So like I said, we're having two report pages. One is going to be summary of the tweets. Let's name it like tweet summary. While the next page will be content, let's say content analysis. So let's name this introduction page. Yes. Now let's put our text. Before I put my text, I want to put a box, insert shape. Okay, first and foremost, I have to define, I've already chosen the colors. Like I said, there are steps you have to employ before you get to this part. So I already have the fonts I want to use. I already have the color scheme I'm going to use. I think I saved the color scheme here and I want to insert it. So you can go here, and for you as a new person using this for the first time, you can customize. You can start from here and say customize current theme. Then start picking the colors you want to use. So you must have generated your colors using either colorhunt.co. Let me show you in my browser. Let's see. So give me a minute. I want to show you where you can generate the color palettes. A minute, please. Yes, here we go. So I'm sure you can see my screen. You go to colorhunt.co. So with colorhunt.co, you'll be able to use different color combinations that is fit for a dashboard. All you just have to do is just to copy the color codes. You see the color codes there, colorhunt.co, colorhunt.co. Then another one you might use is coolors.co. So cool, then ors.co. Once you go there, you can generate color palettes. Then use the colors because those colors have specific codes. You bring those codes and you take them to your Power BI. You take those codes to your Power BI, then proceed to what you're doing. So for me, I've already created my own theme and saved it already. But for you just starting out, you have to pick out the individual colors. So you can start here, just pick out the 4 colors or 5 colors you want to use for your entire report. So you don't have to start manually changing everything. So once you're done with this, you just click apply. But for me, I want to import, browse for things. So that I can import the color scheme I already have. So this was imported successfully. So let me proceed to designing this. I want a shape, not a text box. Shape, a rectangle, yes, to be somewhere here. Because I wouldn't want to put let's say white text in this background because of the contrast. So let's say I want to use a yellow background, then use the black or white text on it. Let me see, is this okay? Yes, it is. So then I can start inserting my text. Insert a text box. Like this. Okay. Then put the text. I say Twitter analysis. Twitter analysis, make it bolder and bigger. Let's say 20. Yes. Then I make the other one smaller. Like 16. Then I can add the hashtags. Yeah. So I want to reduce this text to be around 18. Then I want to take away the background of this. I want to make it transparent. I go here and then I bring it here. Invisible. Let's make this bigger. Let's see 20. And that's fine. Then one other tool you can use is like the position of each element in your reports. You might want to put an element at the front or at the back. So this particular shape, the yellow bar I just brought in, I want to send it to the back. So you click on format above here, then you can see send backward and click send backward. So the next thing is I would want to put some buttons to be able to like direct me to the page. Yes, so let me make use of a button here, a blank button. To navigate me to the page I currently want to go to. So for this, I would want this particular box. Okay, let me change the color for the shape. For the shape, I want, okay, the shape is fine. Rotation style. I want to check the feel of this box. Yeah. Effects background on. I want to make it a dark background. Yes, then do we have something like an outline? Make sure there isn't. Yes, so I can bring this here and add a text on its text says, let's say, tweet summary. Tweet summary under here. I want this to be bigger, let's say 16. That's 14. Yes. Tweet summary. That's 14. Tweet summary, take it to the middle. And let me put it at the edge. It's fine here. Then change the color to black. Okay, very black. Make it bolder. And the background, make the tweet the background. put it off, change the color to white since it's on a dark background. So this is how it looks like. So I click here, I want to duplicate this. Yes, I want to duplicate this. Okay. I want to send this backward. Send backward. So I want to change this to content analysis. Then the way buttons work, I want a situation when if I click on this particular button, it takes me directly to the page. So I want this to take me to the tweet summary page. What I do is I come here to action on the button, put it on, click here, make it navigation, page navigation. So you can use buttons for a lot of things, but here we want it to be the page navigation. Then I take it to tweet summary. Then for the second one, I want it to take us to the content analysis page. Page navigation, content analysis. Yes, we're good with this. For now, we can still come and make further correction, but because of time, let's jump right into our tweet summary. Yes, for our tweet summary, like I said, before you start out your analysis, you already have the metrics. You have those things written down already before coming here. You don't just come here blank. You already have things you've already mapped out, how you want the layout of your dashboard to be like, and the rest. So for me, I already have this down. So I want to show like a summary of the tweets. And where do we begin? First, I want my title. So I insert a text box here. Text box that says this. Yes. Yes, so this is my header. So for you, you might use grid lines. You might use grid lines to see, to help you align your visuals properly, but I think I'm comfortable with this. So next, I want to have like summaries for my data. So those are your cards, because I know they're important to my audience. So they want to see how this tweet has fared in general, whether it's surprising or disappointing. So I have my card here showing me the number of tweets. So using the column, the ID, unique ID, I say counts. So this is giving me 640. 640. So I want to do number of tweets. I want to show number of users also. But for this, I want to do a design. I want to have a box here. Let me add a sheet, a parallelogram like we used previously. You can see that automatically the parallelogram shows its color because I already customized the theme I want. I don't have to go manually to start selecting color manually for each visual. So that's why it's wiser to always make sure you customize your theme you want to use. So I want this to be here. So I have to take away the background. Permit me, but I'll have to be very fast. Take away the background from here. Send this to the back. Formats. Send to the back. Yeah. So I want two of this. One, two, and see. Maybe no. So size this. Make sure your shapes are always aligned properly. Very important. Very important. So here I want to customize this to show properly. As I want category display to be suites. So I want to reduce the color of visual and color value. So something like, let's say, 84, 65. And make it bold. Then, yes, this looks fair. So I replicate the same thing, Control C, Control V. Then I want to do this to number of users. So instead of using counts, we use distinct counts because a particular Twitter user can have multiple tweets. So we have now another thing is I want to show for this particular area, I would love to show a graph showing how the hashtag progressed over time. And the best visual I can use is this, a line chart. A line chart will be best. So let's show tweets by time. So we are using the ID again for this. And we are using the dates. So for the dates, I just want to show the month and the year. So let me make it an area chart and expand to next level. Yes, this is what I'm looking at. Let me see. I want to show active users, like the top users for the hashtag. Do this here, just like what we did during the last session. So I show tweets by users. Good. Then lastly, I would want to add, let me see, I want to add two other visuals. Tweets by device. And the second one will be the dates, tweets by day of the week. Sorry. Tweets by day of the week. So we'll get to align all this properly, but this is how my layout was intended to be. So I can start customizing properly. For this particular place, what I do is I want to make the background darker because of the contrast. I go here and change the background color to a shade of dark. Yes. And I want my visuals to be white so that I can be properly seen. And my axis labels, sorry, axis labels to be white. Do this as white. Do for the y-axis too. Make it white for the values, white. Yes. One other thing I want to avoid is the label values and the label titles. I want to take them off so as to create more space and increase the focal point of my visuals. So done is remove this, it's also good. You can see an improvement. Take away the grid lines. Then I want to concatenate the label, the axis label for the x-axis values, concatenate labels. Yes, makes this free. Then let me say I want to make my edges round. Effects, visual border, and rounded corners. And yeah, this looks fun to me. So for this, I want to show tweets by device. I click on tweets by device. Where is device? Okay, it's labeled as source by the number of tweets. Um, I have to edit these colors, but first let's deal with the background, or let's deal with the details label. So that's one thing I see people do a lot. And you have to format your labels properly. So here it's preferable to use this, the category and percent of total. Then you use, for the values, you try to approximate it. Right. Yes, that's good. So I want to make the background darker. Yes. So that would also change the labels, the color of the labels to white. Yeah. Then our title is tweets device. And I want to make it white also. And let's see, can we make it bolder? Yes. So for the color, I would want to change the colors, the slices. Okay, we have about 5, but we can see majorly, we have like 5 devices, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So basically, since the other ones are not really relevant, I can just make it to be like the top 3, which is this, this, and this. Yeah. So then I can deal with this. So we have Twitter for Android. Do the biggest. Can pick this instead. Yes. Then the next one, Twitter for web. Let's see this. And the last one, Twitter for iPhone. Let's see this. That's light enough. Not sure. Let's see, we can work with this first. Give this the rounded edge. We can see that our report is taking shape in the effects in border. So for this, we want to show day of the week. Is it day of the week? Okay, daily. Because daily by number of tweets. Good. Same thing. We change the background. All these background visuals can be specified. Instead of us going through it one by one, it can be specified when creating your thing, like I mentioned earlier. So you don't have to start doing the same one after the other like we're doing here. Change these values to this. We remove the title, as we've done always. Remove the title, change the value to white. Title itself of the visual. Suites the okay, this. So this, let's also change the title. Tweets by is a time or to by day. I'll change the color to white. Good, so we're going somewhere. Here, let's remove the grid lines. So those are little things you might just have to do. Like I said, don't stick with defaults. Power BI will present you with defaults, but just try to avoid them and try to customize to your own taste. Be creative. Yes, have we done that? And yes, we want to make the border round like this. So you can use, okay, this, let's do this also. I want to remove the grid lines here. I want to limit this to the top 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, the top 5. Top 5 people by, because it's not relevant showing 196 people how they tweeted. You would be interested in telling your audience the top 5. They're interested in seeing the top people. So it's better we use this like this and apply filter. So here we have the top 5 people. And the titles on the axis as usual. So pick out design beautiful. We might choose to remove the x-axis and put a detail label instead. It's a background. Yep. So for the detail label, I want to make it visible enough. Black. Yes. Then I want to just apply a shadow to show that, oh, this is actually. So the header, you can see now our report is better. We actually built this from scratch. So you can take time to make it more visually appealing to your audience. What we want to change here is the header, the title, sorry. So we do this top active users. Good. So for this, I would want to import icons to make it more colorful. The icons already. Let's see. insert image. So we have Twitter. Okay, we have image open. This. And we have the one for users, insert image for users. So Power BI allows you to import images. You can use icons. So where to get these icons, go to flaticons.com, I think. So there are other sites to where you can get icons. I'm trying to align this to fit. Yes, works for me this way. So this looks much better. Let me see, let me make this round. So it's effects. Visual border. So our first report is, our first page is done. Oof. We must make sure that alignment works correctly, right? So let me see, is this aligned properly? Yes, you can see, yes. So let's do the content analysis itself. So for the content analysis, things I'm interested in, I would want to show how the word cloud, let me see. Okay, yeah, let's import a word cloud. So word cloud can get more visuals. For people that for you to get more visuals, you have to be signed into your Power BI. You can see at my top right corner, you can see my name. That means I'm logged in, and you must use an educational account, email account, or an organization email account for you to be able to get more visuals. I don't know why this is taking time. Um, it happens like this sometimes. So while doing that, I think what I want to show here, okay, this is the word cloud here that I'm interested in. What I want to show on this page will be things about the content itself. So I want to show, do you want to update the visual? Yeah, that's fine, you can edit it, yes. Okay. So I want to see the most words used by people in the tweet. Let me see. I'll drop it here. Let's create space for the title. Yes, so basically, then let me see which other thing. I would want to show the tools. That's another interesting thing I want to see. Like which particular tool, since you have an understanding of the data, you know that these are people that are learning, tweeting about their learning experience. So you might just want to say, oh, what particular tool are they talking about the most? And to use this very simple visual, we might have the card. Let's see, showing the visuals. So let's say I want to show like 4 visuals. And I've determined to use, let's see, So I want to put the number of suites where people mentioned, let's say GitHub in the tweets. So I've already done a prior analysis and I can see GitHub, Excel, Power BI, and I think Azure was the most mentioned tool. So I already have them in my head. So you can do a count first, maybe with Excel or something else before you, so you just know like, okay, which one should feature in my report. So here I want to do advanced filtering, show item when the value contains, then I put my text, GitHub, or contains GitHub. Then I apply my filter. Interesting. So we have 102 for GitHub. So I want to replicate the same thing for Excel. And say so it contains Excel. Apply. Replicate the same thing for Power BI. It contains, okay, for this I have to rename this at the bottom. Here, Power BI. So it contains Power BI. Let's see. Oh, sorry. Or contains Power BI. So rename it to Power BI. Then here, final one, I'll say Azure. So that's oof. So let's see. This makes sense. So for the four of this, I would love to add a shadow around them, but let's see, effect, shadow, right? And I want to take away the background because I want to add something else. Let's say an icon. So that means I'll remove the shadows. Interesting. Yeah. So we are building this in real time, right? So it's okay to make mistakes. Like you don't get it at the first attempt. Once you're done designing, you can go over and over and over and make corrections. So the next one, I want to see tweets by, like, let me see, the people who were mentioned the most. Like I said, I've already prepared that particular one in advance because of time. So I add a visual here saying this. Okay, should we do, okay, you can rearrange it when you're done. This when you're done. So I just want to add a map and a table according to my layouts. That's what I planned earlier. So here I'm just going to show the top handles. Which I don't have this connected to this relationship between my user. Let's see. So top handles by the number of tweets. This correct. Yes. So I want to make this. Why do a map here instead? Do a map and pick this up. Pick this up. And put a table here. So in the table, I want to put user and their tweets. Right. So here I want to add let me see. For the word cloud, let's see the word cloud first. Tweets. When using word cloud, you have to be very careful. That's one thing I learned in my journey. I think it has a limitation of like 2,500 rows of data. So if your data is very large, this word cloud might not be the best for you to use. You have to be careful while using it. But for this small data size, that's fine. Then always make sure your word cloud is not like this. It does not make things easy. Remember during our previous session, we said something about making your report easier for your audience. So I don't have to be twisting or turning my neck to like know what the word is about. So I can put off the rotate text. Then I want to show the most important words, let's say 50. Let me remove stop words. I can see some links. And see which other thing again. Let's say I need this image. Let's see. So let's see the words that people use the most. People used MS, Microsoft, data analytics, Java. Okay, let me put on the special characters. Let's see. Yes. All right, so that's for the word cloud. I was thinking of adding, let me see. Oops. So let me add a shadow around this. And name it word cloud. So for this, I want to have a dark background. So basically, just beautifying reports just means formatting it because we want to tell a story and we want, you know, our audience to have a clear focal point, right? Once they're looking at the reports, they get what it's about immediately, right? So this, this here, and we should cover this place. So let's format this properly. We have some accounts by top handle. The grid line has to go, and the background has to change. Color has to be dark, and the text has to be white. Putting titles have to. Oh, for the x-axis, I think we should let go of it. Increase, put on the data labels. Values white. Then y-axis values white. So for the title, we say top users. Or no, they're not the top users, they're the most mentioned handle. Most mentioned handles, right? Then we make it white. So for this, what's the problem with this? So right now, let's see, how can we beautify this? So I want to assist the audience to know what this is about. Let me see. Let's put a text box and convert it to the title of this particular place. The text box that says tools. I'm just coming with all this on the spot, so pardon me. So I want to make the background yellow instead. Different. Then we want this to be in the middle. We want to increase the font size to 14. 14 is fine. Yes. Then I want to make the text. Is text dark? Yeah. So for this table, let's format the table. For the table, we have let's add a header. Maybe header. So let's see. Let's put border around table. Okay. So I can put all this title here. I can put up this title here, and I can put up this title here. Let me see. General effects title, put it off. And instead, copy this, what I did here, and paste it. And call it our word count. So let's test if we can use icons here also to depict the tools. Excel. Excel. Then we have Power BI. Do we have an exact item for Power BI in black and white? Not yet, but let's do this first. Let's manage this. Then the last one, we have oh, let's see, I think it's two. Let's remove the shadows. So um, let's take this. Let's bring this in. Let me see a box. It's very able to align. Let's see. Let's send this to the Let's send it to the back and check how it works. Let's send. So let's make this white and addition. So you can also group this. Also, let me show you. Go to formats and select group, and you just group this. So you just want design. Let me show you. So this and group this. Group. So then we can have a title for this. So for this particular tweet, I want a situation where I can click on it and it takes me directly to the particular tweet. Let's see how to do this. Click on this cell element, I think. So once it is on this column web URL, it should be on this URL. So this has been linked to the tweet. So once you click on it, it takes you directly to the tweets. It takes you to Twitter automatically. Yeah. So that's what we've just done here. So you don't have to go to Twitter and start looking for it from here. Just a click takes you to Twitter. So let's see. Yes. So you can filter out by the top handles and see, okay, their contents directly on Twitter and the bot cloud. So for this, we want to put a header that says, so for this particular one, you can still go ahead to customize the time and the colors of each word one by one. Just go to here, click data colors. Once you click on it, it brings out all the colors. So you can customize the colors to fit your particular thing that you have. In our case, we're using yellow and black, but because of time, we don't have enough time to do that. So let's add a title. We can just copy from our previous tweet summary page and just say for this particular piece, come here and say um, all this content. So we can do this. Oh, this middle. Yep. Middle. Yeah, so this is our second page. I'm looking at this. Should we add colors to the top? Let's see. Column headers. Let's see. Yeah. So this works. So because of time, we'll be stopping here, but we have to link the pages now. Remember, we've done that already, yeah? So once we click here, okay, yeah, we have to, for a good design, we also have to improve like the user experience. So this is the story. Once they are seeing it, these reports tell a very good story about the hashtag. We have 640 tweets in just a month from 196 users. So the organizers of the training initiative can say, okay, this is very impressive. We have 106 people talking about this and they put in about 640 tweets. We can see that tweets, we have more tweets on Wednesdays, Thursdays, unlike the weekends. So it's obvious that people might be doing other things during weekends, like other activities during weekends. That's why we have a low number of tweets. So we see Twitter for Android. A lot of our people are Android users, and we have the top people. So you might want to give incentives for people who are tweeting about it more. We have the likes of the Oyinboke, we have Richie for Love, we have Fabulous Nami, we have Global Smile, we have Unstoppable TP as the users, the top users. So the top people tweeting, so they can be like the influencers, they can be like your community, people in your community. So for this, I was talking about good user experience. We have to put in uh, a tweet that can take us back and forth, like to move between pages, and we can also insert buttons that goes back. Add that here. So this particular page, I think it works automatically. Once you click on it, it takes you there. It works, right? So we may want to add another one that takes us to the next page. Yes. Let me see if I'm right. So for this, we want it to take us to page navigation, take us to the next page, which is content analysis. So once you click on this, it takes us to the next page. So we also have to add those things here again, buttons, this particular arrow. Okay, let's add the back. Back takes us to previous page. Yeah. It works this way. So data storytelling with Power BI, once you have great reports, right, it's easy for you to convey your message to your audience and have them take action. So your stakeholder, in this case, the organizers of this particular training program might say, oh, 640 tweets is low for us. They might be thinking they've done more, but seeing it actually here, they might want to improve their marketing or their awareness campaign so that people can talk about it. They can also tell their students to engage more with the hashtag to show people, to tell the world that they are doing great things during training. Then they can see how the tweet fared over and see which days of the month, and just you might want to investigate and find out was why were people tweeting at this particular date. You might want to do a deep dive into the data, and it's left for the data analyst to do that. You can add a drill through to show you the tweets, what people are actually talking about. But because of time, we don't have that. But you can use a drill through, to drill down into the data to see the granular details. Why were people doing, or why was this particular thing happening at this particular time, right? So you have your top active users, you have your top device and your day of the week. For the next page, you have this. You can see people are talking about GitHub, Excel, Power BI, and Azure, right? So you might want to do a drill through also to find out what people are actually seeing. Is your job as an analyst. So if you are building more pages, you can put samples of tweets about what people are saying about regarding a particular tool. So for GitHub, it will also work. You might want to say, oh, what are people saying about GitHub, the words that they use around GitHub? And you can filter this, right, around GitHub. Let's try it here. For example, we filter this and say the word contains GitHub and apply filter. So you might want to increase the number of tweets you see for this because we already put a limit. That's why you can see few tweets. But you can see people talking about data. You can see people mentioning GitHub profile. And this particular handle, the Oyiboke, right? He is like a prominent voice in the community. That's why people are mentioning him, right? So I'm going to remove that filter. So this is a good way, and you can agree with me that we used a lot of custom formatting to achieve this kind of things. It's not just a default setting that, oh, once you just put in the data and click, add one click, drag and drop. We did a lot of customizations for us to achieve this kind of visual. So I would want to encourage you to dive deeper. We don't have enough time to do a dashboard. We don't have enough time to do a dashboard. So we are going to stop here for today. But for the dashboard, we already have a template and just copy and paste the visuals. What I just did was just to change the page size, and you can change it here in Canvas settings. Pick a custom size. And because a lot of people want to view it on their phones, right? For Power BI, you can also customize mobile reports for your audience. But if this is going out as, let's say, a picture, something that people want to view on their mobile devices, you have to consider the size. So that brings us to the end of this particular training session. So if there's any question, any other thing you'd like to know, you can contact the organizers, you can contact me. My name is Paul Unakwe, then my handle on Twitter, Polo.governor, right? You can also see it on the blog page of the session itself. So thank you very much for tuning in, and I wish you the best in your endeavors. Thanks.